Hey friends, Mike and Jess here.
And welcome to Regeneration Nation TV. I'm super excited about this video. This is the cost of groceries in Britain versus America, comparing Aldi in the UK versus the US. You guys, this has been on our list in our playlist for a really long time.
It has.
And every time this lovely lady's face pops up, and I get so excited to watch it. And then we have to move on to the next week. And I'm like, when are we going to watch it? When are we going to watch it? And as soon as I saw it pop up today, I was like, we get to watch it. She's up here on the screen.
I've been building anticipation for Jess for some time
I'm
now.
just a weirdo, and I do like the comparison of knowing what is at this grocery store and what's at this grocery store. But this is like a whole nother level for me because this is outside of the U.S. and comparing it to a different place in the world. And I don't know, it's just very exciting to me. I'm very excited to see how this is filmed, what she compares, and yeah.
Yep, so this was filmed in April/May of 2024, so I'm sure some prices might have changed a little bit. But yeah, Magenta Otter Travels, we have her channel down below in the description. This original video, go support them, and yeah, subscribe to their channel, check them out. Let us know if there's any other videos that they've got that we should check out, and let's get into this.
Let's do it.
Hello, it's time to compare food costs again in the US and the UK. Today, I'll be shopping at Aldi. The biggest video on my channel so far has been my grocery shopping video comparing prices at Tesco in England with Kroger in Texas here in the US. And in that video, one of the most popular comments was, "You need to go to Aldi. They have the best prices. They have the cheapest food. You went to expensive places. You bought expensive stuff." So today, my mission is to go to this Aldi here in Texas and to buy inexpensive basic food items. And then when I move to England 2 weeks from today for the summer, I will go shopping again in Cheltenham and Gloucestershire at the Aldi there, and we will see what the products look like and what the prices look like and compare the two. So while there are lots of grocery shopping cost videos out there, not too many people actually go shopping for you in the US and England to compare those prices. So let's go check out this Aldi. Here's one thing that
would be so cool to do. Like, we
That would be.
have not made a trip out of the United States yet, but we make pretty frequent trips to Knoxville, Tennessee from Jacksonville. It'd be fun to even do a video like that, just comparing home prices, just things to do around town, food prices, because one of your cousins was actually like, I heard the cost of living is so expensive down in Florida, and I'm like, looking around and going to the grocery stores, we've looked at places to rent up there, and I'm like, it's really not different. It almost seems identical.
It's almost identical. If anything, I would say it's more expensive to live there, but
who knows.
that makes Aldi different than shopping at any other supermarket in the US is you got to put a quarter in to get your cart, and you don't get the quarter back until you leave, which means you have to have a quarter on you. It took me a while to figure out how it actually works, that you put the quarter in here and then pull that thing out there, and then you can take the cart. One quick note before I start showing you products and prices, just a reminder that yes, in the US we have a lot of sales tax on most things, and it varies from state to state and city to city, but when it comes to food, that is not taxed. So like in the UK, the prices that I show you on shelf will be the prices paid at the register, at least for the food products I'm buying. Some things do have taxes, but I'm just going for basic staple food items today. Here we are, shopping at Britain's cheapest supermarket, 3 years running.
You know, we've had a few Aldi pop up near us, but we really haven't gone to them.
we should, though, because there's one right down the street from us, and I've heard really good things. We went there one time, from what I remember, in the last year or two after the baby was born. But maybe even before she was born.
We haven't. I haven't. You might have without me knowing, but I've never gone like full on grocery shopping.
No.
there.
We went to go get a couple things. I think it was like a snack.
Yeah,
or
it's
two
like a
or
couple
something.
things. I've always gone in. I had to break change one time. I went in and I got a drink and broke some change. So.
Yeah, but you like that. It was like a coconut water drink or something
that
you were like.
sparkling coconut water. It was delicious.
Well, this is a good start. There are loads of magenta flowers at this Aldi. All right, let's see how the British Aldi prices compare to the American ones. Ooh, Oh, this is exciting. British rhubarb for only £1.19. Before I show you the price comparisons, I'm going to spend a few seconds explaining my methodology for the 2% of people who actually care. The American prices will mostly be shown in dollars per pound, and so to compare them to British prices, I will convert that to British pounds sterling per kilo by doing this. It involves a currency conversion as well as the conversion for weight between pounds and kilos.
Okay.
In the end, I will get an index and I will show that as a price comparison where the UK price is either more expensive in a red arrow or less expensive in a green arrow than the American price. First up, we're going to shop for produce, starting with bananas, and these bananas are not looking very good.
You need to throw those into a banana bread. Okay,
Yeah,
that's what we do.
They're overly ripe and they're bruised, those poor bananas.
I kind of get hyped up when I see a lot of bananas have kind of piled up. They're starting to go bad. I'm like, it's banana bread time.
It's banana bread time.
Bananas, and these bananas are not looking very good.
Really not, though.
They are priced at 48 cents per pound. I think these are the greenest bananas I've ever seen.
Wow.
And the cost is 16p per banana. Now for strawberries, we've got some strawberries from Mexico, looking a little anemic. And they are selling for $2.99 per pound. Here we've got some strawberries. And these are not the best British strawberries I've ever seen. Well, they're actually not British at all. They're Spanish. But usually I find better strawberries in Britain. They are $1.89 for 400 grams. American apples were $3.19 for 3 pounds or $1.06 per pound. The red apples, they're $1.35 per kilo. Seedless red grapes in the States were $1.99 per pound. Seedless red grapes, 500 grams.
So, I mean,
Wonky
I can't.
The wonky strawberry.
I can't do all of these calculations in my head like that. So
yeah, the
we're
kilograms.
gonna have to kind of wait until she breaks it down.
Yeah, and the pounds is what's getting me. Is like I don't know what that equates to here
If it
because
was
all I see
one
is
conversion, I might be able to do it in my head, but yeah, I don't know kilograms and
like what's the I don't know how to
conversion
pounds to kilograms, and I don't know how to convert. I know it's a little bit over the money wise because we've seen it, but I don't know 100% like how to do it in my head.
The wonky blueberries and the wonky white grapes. We do have irregular fruit. We just don't call it wonky. Then I'm going to look at the cheapest tomatoes, which are these Roma tomatoes, which honestly do not look very good to me, but I'm being budget shopper here. Here's the price, 89 cents a pound. They don't have exactly the same thing I saw in Texas, the Roma tomatoes, but these appear to be the least expensive tomatoes. These are $2.38 per kilo. Oh my lands, I have never seen such an expensive basil or basil in my life. 79p for these lovely little pots. Definitely buying that. What I'm going to do is recap
what that means.
What
79,
is it?
79 pounds, 79p.
Yeah, I know.
I
the price indices by category. I'll show you a summary of the category with the prices I showed you in the video, not the equivalized prices. Then I will show you the price difference I got for each item after I did all the conversion formulas. Let's start with the fruit category. Bananas, probably because they are imported from so far away, are 34% more expensive in the UK.
Wow.
But the other types of fruits were less expensive in Britain. Strawberries were 9% less, red apples were 27% less, red grapes 2% less, and for tomatoes and tomatoes, this was a bit of a tough comparison. I did look at the least expensive option in each country, but the tomatoes were just not the same.
Yeah.
No, the tomatoes look gigantic.
Yeah.
The ones she was looking at in the UK.
So honestly, the British ones were 54% more expensive, but but they were a totally different type of tomato and honestly a better quality. American baking potatoes were $3.59 for a 5-pound bag, or 72 cents per pound. Here we've got some British baking potatoes, and they're 69p for 4 of them. Once again, not telling me the weight, which is going to be really difficult. Making videos like this takes a tremendous amount of time and effort, so I would love it if you could support me by subscribing to my channel. Iceberg lettuce in the US was $1.35 per head. Here is the iceberg lettuce. It is 79p per head. Broccoli in the US is usually sold in bulk, not wrapped in any plastic or packaging, but here in the American Aldi, the broccoli is sold wrapped in plastic for $1.25 per pound. And here is the broccoli. It is 79p for 360 grams, or $2.20 per kilo. Here's some carrots. I'm going to go for the more affordable whole carrots rather than the baby carrots. And here they are, big carrots in 2-pound bags. They are 75 cents per pound. And these
the way that prices vary even from state to state, city to city in the US, and I'm sure that it's the same way all across the UK. Prices probably vary. There's probably a town in both countries that are the exact same price. There's probably a town to where the things do match up. So this video really depends on which town and which country you're doing this in.
Yeah.
You know?
Massive 1 kilo bags of carrots are only 65p. Here's the problem I would have with buying onions at Aldi. They come in these huge bags. I don't want a huge bag of onions. I usually just want like one. This 3-pound bag is $2.39, which is 80 cents per pound. Interesting, yellow onions in Britain are called brown onions. And these are 89p per 3-pack. Oh goodness, I hate that they're not doing it by weight. This is going to be hard to compare. What I did for all the British products that were sold as eaches rather than by weight is I figured out what the average weight is for those packages and then went back to equivalizing per kilo. For the vegetable summary, potatoes were 3% less expensive in Britain, lettuce 26% less expensive.
Wow.
Broccoli was about the same. Carrots, good old carrots, they taste better in Britain and they're half as much.
Wow.
Onions were 28% more expensive in the UK than the US. However, that's a bit of a difficult comparison because the American onions were sold in such a big bag. I'm sure there was a volume discount there. A quick note, I will not
that's crazy about carrots. And I feel like every British person I've ever met has, for some reason, carrots have been brought up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting.
Must be a popular thing there.
Yeah, I feel like everybody loves carrots there. And I grew up not really liking carrots. I like cooked carrots, and I've grown to like raw carrots.
Yeah.
But I wonder if I would enjoy them more if they came from over there. She said they taste better.
Mm-hmm. I would like to try. I would definitely like to try. I think that's why this interests me so much, is I love to see what the prices are for different places, because I don't know when we'll ever be able to go there. Maybe this is a little bit of research as well for us to go, but I don't know, it's very intriguing to me to see the difference, and even the difference in the look of it. Like,
yeah,
the way that they sell the onions and the potatoes seems like in smaller packaging, and we have like huge 5-pound bags of each item. Like, we have 5-pound bags of potatoes, and that's normal for us to do that, and then it looks like the little, I don't know if there was a bigger size, but there was a 4-pack.
It depends on what grocery store you shop at, but like we have the which one? It's like Costco. BJ's.
Yeah.
And you could probably buy a freaking 40-pound bag of potatoes.
Oh, for
there.
sure.
You can buy a 40-pound container of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
There.
I don't know why I said mayonnaise
like that. I usually don't say it like that.
Mayonnaise.
The mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. Do they have bulk stores in the UK? That's what I want to know for sure.
Yeah, bulk stores are cool, but then again, I'm like, why do I need a giant jar of peanut butter like this? I will never see the end of it.
covering chocolates and candy and biscuits and things in this video because I covered those in my Aldi shop that I did at Christmas time. And if you're interested in that, I will link the video below. So here are the regular eggs. 1 dozen large eggs is $1.93. But in this case, I am going to go for some more expensive eggs because I want them to be comparable to what I might find in Britain. So I'm going to look at these pasture raised 1 dozen large brown eggs are $4.99. And these free range for $3.39, all for a dozen. Okay, here we have the large British free-range eggs, and they are $2.69 for a dozen. Now for the dairy section at the American Aldi.
I do know that you get more for like your dollar. I don't know how to express that. Like they get more. Like it was less for them per cost, and their currency like is more than ours.
Yes, yeah.
So the eggs are going to be, I feel like it's going to be at least 30% more expensive. Yeah. I don't know.
Aldi low-fat milk is sold for $2.67 per gallon. Here we've got the semi-skimmed milk.
Look at their jugs. That's
$2.15 for 6 pints, or 3.4 liters.
That is so sensible too. I love
Here in the US, we don't have such a great selection
because that fits in the refrigerator so much easier. It slides in there. It's nice and thin. That's so smart. We have these big clunky jugs and they take up a whole bunch of space. Like we drink a lot of milk in our household. So I have to buy at least 2 gallons every time we go shopping. And that takes up the whole bottom of your fridge almost. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, who came up with the shape of a milk jug here in the U.S.?
It needs to be a little bit more
The shape
slim.
of the milk jug upsets me now after looking at this.
I'm angry.
It's normally $2.30. Here in the U.S., we don't have such a great selection of cream, but our options are pretty much half and half.
Heavy whipping cream is all you need.
Heavy whipping cream, which I think is most comparable to Britain. So I'm going to look at that, which is 32 ounces for $5.09. This is disappointing because I have seen heavy whipped cream in English supermarkets before, but this Aldi does not seem to have any. The closest thing I can find is double cream, so I'm just going to look at that. The double cream is 99p for 300 mil. I skipped over the Greek yogurt.
Like yogurt.
So what is double cream? Is it comparable to the, being the same thing, not talking about price, but like heavy whipping cream, you can use that it's liquid, but if you start mixing it, it quickly turns into whipped cream.
Yeah.
You add a little bit of sugar maybe, boom, whipped
But I
cream.
want to know what the difference of that is because it's in like a tub like yogurt would be, so you'd think it would be thicker. It's already that whipped consistency kind of thing.
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't think they would put the liquid in there. Yeah.
And I love it in my coffee.
Yeah.
Shot of espresso with a little bit of heavy cream. The best.
It's expensive, so that I can find the less expensive yogurt.
Are you laughing because I said X? I said espresso, didn't I? Espresso.
There you go.
Whoopsies.
I skipped over the Greek yogurt, which is expensive, so that I can find the less expensive yogurt. And here we've got some vanilla yogurt, and the plain is the same price, a 32-ounce carton, $2.25. Most of it's Greek, but the regular yogurt here is 95p for 450-gram tub. Normally it's 99p. And for my favorite part of the dairy category, cheese. I'm going to just go for the least expensive cheddar cheese that they have, which is here. We've got, whether it's mild or sharp, it's in these half-pound blocks, 8 ounces for $1.99. Now for a quick peek at the more interesting cheeses that they have. I'm not going to go through all the prices, but just to show you the other things on offer. There's this cranberry white cheddar cheese, but
I
it
have
is
seen so many articles post about Aldi and their cheese selection, and they have that kind of cheese, like all kinds of different combinations inside the cheese that you would never think of. Like, that's exciting to me. I would want to try that. Like,
I would definitely try that.
wow.
Made in the States. I've been trying this kind of cheese lately, the cheddar plus Gruyere. It actually is pretty good for American cheddar. And then here we have our Irish cheddar cheeses. New York white cheddar, which is when you usually see white cheddar cheese in the States, it's from New York, whereas the Wisconsin cheddar is what's known for being orange. Oh my goodness, I have never seen halloumi fries. Wow, I guess they're finally coming to the States. British mild white cheddar.
I don't even know what those are.
It is $5.42 per kilo. I've never seen this before. This is exciting, adorable, and all the things. And since my cheese-loving friend Krista just arrived from North Carolina, I will have to buy some of this British cheese selection. Mature cheddar, double Gloucester with Roquito pepper, red Leicester, and Wensleydale with cranberries. In the American Aldi, the bargain butter was $3.69 for a 16-ounce pack, and the premium Irish butter, a Kerrygold knockoff, made from grass-fed cow milk, is $3.09 for 8 ounces. Regular salted butter is $1.69 on sale for 250 grams, normally $1.79. And here in England, we don't have Irish butter at Aldi. We have West Country salted butter. That's on sale for $1.99, normally $2.09. In the dairy category, free-range eggs were same price. Milk was 22% more expensive. Heavy.
Yeah, I'm bad at math, like I said. Wow. Who would have guessed? My guess was wrong.
Price. Milk was 22% more expensive. Heavy cream was 22% cheaper in Britain. Yogurt is 13% more expensive in Britain. Cheddar cheese is 22% less expensive in Britain. Regular butter, 12% more expensive in Britain, but the premium butter, 22% less expensive.
It is a bit confusing when a lot of this deals with dairy, how it like goes back and forth like that. It's like milk, heavy cream, and it's 22% more and then less. It's like, why? I would love to know why.
Yeah.
That is. When they're
that
both
is interesting.
they're like cousins.
They're from the same source, I would assume. But also she had two different versions of the heavy cream too, so I'm sure that made a little bit of a difference. But I don't know how much more.
There's a lot of variables in this, you're right, but still.
In Britain, but the premium butter, 22% less expensive. Now let's shop the meat section.
Off topic, but we need to start using premium butter. Okay, it's about time.
Yeah.
Step up our butter game. Okay.
Going to go look at ground beef. The 85% lean is $4.79 a pound. The 93% lean is $5.89 a pound. The meat section is looking really, really different here. They have all different kinds of things, and of course, a lot of lamb that we don't have in the States.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, and pork belly slices.
I wanted to try pork belly.
To see if I can find anything to compare with what I saw in Texas. Here we have some beef mince that's 10% fat, similar to what I saw in Texas, and it is $6.18 per kilo or $3.09 for this half kilo pack. Rather than only looking at what's the least expensive, though, I do want to try and find something that's maybe a little more comparable to the UK. So I'm going to look at these organic.
So she's saying that because it's like their base version of what they sell for chicken, and
it's our premium version, which is like crazy.
So to get their base version basically is free range organic.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Free range chicken breasts, which are $5.79 a pound. The chicken is not labeled regular and organic here, so I'm going to just compare these chicken breasts to what I saw in Texas. A medium pack of the chicken breasts is normally $4.69 for 650 grams and on special for $4.49. And Now let's try and find some bacon. What's the cheapest bacon? Obviously, this is American. Streaky bacon. We've got all different kinds.
I want to see what the British bacon looks like.
Yeah.
Gourmet, thick slice, center cut, but the least expensive is this economy bacon. And 1 pound package is $3.29 now, normally $3.99. And of course, here are all the pasties and pork pies you don't find in a Texas Aldi. And sausage rolls, of course.
I want to try those.
This kind of streaky bacon. That one is $5.03 per kilo. This will be the bacon that I compare to the American Aldi bacon at $1.45 for a 270 gram pack. Although there was also this kind of streaky bacon that looks more similar to American bacon is $10.41 per kilo. The meat summary shows that everything's a bargain in Britain. The ground or minced beef was 40% less expensive.
Wow.
The chicken breasts were 28% cheaper in Britain than the U.S., and the streaky bacon was 24% less expensive in Britain.
That's ridiculous.
Crazy.
40%.
Yeah, that's really, really high for beef. Wow. That's insane.
Than the U.S. Now for the baking category, here's our sugar, just basic granulated sugar that comes in a 4-pound package, and it's $3.09. Our granulated sugar is leaking, and
There's always the flour aisle, the sugar. There's always somebody who
You have to be
I don't know what they
diligent
did, but-
about that, though, because if you're leaving sugar on the floor, like granulated sugar, you're going to get pests, lots of them. And in a grocery store, that's not what you want. So I wonder how they take care of that. Like, I'm sure somebody is out there cleaning it.
probably BB guns.
Hopefully.
is $1.09 for a kilo. And next to it, we've got our flour, plain all-purpose flour. It is 5-pound bag for $2.35. Our everyday essentials plain flour in 1.5 kilo bags is 70p. And since I love comparing honey in the US and UK, I have to look at honey. This is the least expensive one they have on offer now. It's 24 fluid ounces on sale for $4.99, but it's normally $5.19. Let's check out the honey. The cheapest honey here is the Everyday Essentials clear honey in a glass jar. I love that it's in a glass jar. It's 75p for 340 grams. In the baking category, more British bargains. Sugar,
63% more expensive. Oh my
Less
God.
expensive. Less expensive,
that's
but
what-
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that breaks my heart. So, like, bummed out.
It started off not so bad. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, what the heck, dude? Not the honey. Not the honey and the sugar. We're Americans. We love that stuff.
Which is why it's more expensive.
And the meats too.
We're just
19% cheaper. Flour.
It was like the stuff that didn't really matter at first. It's like kind of even-ish. And now it's getting into the stuff that really matters. And it's really bad.
fruits and vegetables don't matter.
More British bargains.
I said what I said.
Sugar, 19% cheaper. Flour, 43% cheaper. And honey, I always talk about British honey, 63% cheaper because American honey is crazy expensive, even at Aldi. The American Aldi had plain white bread for a mere $1.29 for a 20-ounce loaf, and the seeded bread was normally $3.99 for a 20-ounce loaf, on sale for $3.85. Quite a big premium. Here is the least expensive bread in the store. It's the Essentials brand, the Everyday Essentials brand. Medium sliced wholemeal bread is only 45p for one of these 800 gram loaves. And the Super Seed Farmhouse bread is $105 for an 800 gram loaf, normally $109. The bread summary is pretty depressing because U.S. bread is not good. It does not taste good. It does not smell good. And it does not have good prices compared to the UK. The regular sandwich bread in the UK is...
They're like, hey, we got to charge you for all these additives. We got to charge.
Oh my God.
Our bread costs more because it has more ingredients. Okay, and some of those ingredients might not be the best for you, but they cost money and you got to pay for them. Okay?
Oh, that's so awful. I cannot wait to taste the difference. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either.
Is 69% cheaper than it is in the US, and the nice seeded bread is 75% cheaper in Britain. That's why I don't even bother making bread when I'm in the UK. I just buy that lovely seeded bread. Now let's look at the coffee category. I don't drink coffee, so I don't know a lot about this, but they've got this 100% Colombian ground coffee, 24 ounces, $8.49. And then this classic roast coffee, which is 30 ounces, normally $7.89, on sale for $7.69. In England, the Colombian ground coffee was $2.99 for a 227-gram bag, and the house blend ground coffee was $2.19 for a 227-gram bag. So I'm going to compare that one to the cheapest American Aldi coffee. However, this was a bit complicated since the American coffee came in those huge canisters and the British coffee only came in these packs. So I had to go back and find a comparable American coffee, which was this one. A medium roast house blend at $4.65 for a 12-ounce pack. Now let's look at the tea category. They don't have a lot of items here. First, we've got black tea, 100 bags, 8 ounces, $2.09. And then we've got this 20 bags of English breakfast or Earl Grey black tea, and those are $1.89. They do have some herbal teas as well. Seem to be different ones every time I come here, but right now we've got this ginger turmeric, and I believe that is also $1.89 for a 20-count box.
Look at the ingredients, though.
I bet people from Britain who like tea are probably like that. I've tried that tea, or maybe you haven't tried it, but if you did try it, you probably would not like it.
Yeah.
I would guess.
Did you see the ingredients? It's very simple.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Even here, like, what more can you add to tea? Coffee as well. Like,
true. Yeah.
You go and look at our coffee grounds in there. If there's more than 3 ingredients, I'm gonna be pissed off.
That's weird. Yeah.
Because why? Weird. What are you doing? Like, what the hell are you doing? It's coffee grounds.
I believe that is also $1.89 for a 20-count box. Okay, English people, you're going to need to explain the tea to me here. So I see there's Yorkshire tea and PG Tips tea, and then the Aldi tea is called Gold Label. That's 80 bags for $1.39. And then down here we have Red Label, which is 160 bags for $1.89. What is that code for, Gold and Red Label? Oh, I am very excited about this selection of herbal teas here. They're only 99p for these boxes. They each have 40 bags. That is such a great deal, and it's awesome to be able to get rooibos tea, so I'm excited. To summarize the hot beverage category, the house blend ground coffee is 10% cheaper in Britain, plain black tea is 28% cheaper in Britain, and our favorite herbal and herbal tea is 67% cheaper in Britain, which is why we always drink a lot of herbal tea when we're in England. Okay, we're gonna look at some rice. We're gonna go for the least expensive, which is just this white rice in 3-pound bags. Here is the cheapest rice we can find, long grain rice, everyday essentials.
Where's the jasmine rice?
52p for 1 kilo bag. Now let's look at some oatmeal. We've got basic, quick cook rolled oats, as well as the old-fashioned rolled oats, both the same price, 42 ounces for $3.95. Oh my, look at these porridge oats. The everyday essentials are basically in flour bags, and only 90p for 1 kilo.
Wow. That is a lot.
It is a lot, and I just love the porridge. I like it just reminds me of a fairy tale.
Yeah, and you guys must eat a lot of it too, for like the things that we eat a lot of, we put in big packages, you know, and we put things that aren't great for you. It's like, oh, you want a bowl of Captain Crunch? We've got this super sized family
Huge bag,
box
yeah.
that will take up the whole top of your refrigerator.
I'll go to the canned beans section and try to find something that's the closest I can find to Heinz beans in Britain. So we've got this pork and beans and tomato sauce. That's a 16-ounce can is 87 cents. And then these Western style beans, which are kind of baked beans, kind of what you would use to make chili, just pinto beans with seasoning. Those are a 15-ounce can for 90 cents now, normally 99 cents. And we've got our baked beans, the everyday essentials. Baked beans and tomato sauce are only 28p for a 410 gram can. Now let's look at the mustard. If we want to get something a little bit fancy, like spicy browns or stone ground or Dijon with white wine.
White wine, fancy.
A 12-ounce bottle is normally $1.29, on sale now for $1.09. If you just want your basic yellow mustard, that's 20 ounces for 95 cents. Okay, in terms of mustard, we have this English mustard in a jar, which is 69p for 200 grams. And we have this American style mustard over here, which is 109 for 290 grams. Our final category of other odds and ends miscellaneous things.
On a cheap thing like rice, 66, and oats.
Do you
too.
see how much more expensive yellow mustard is in the UK?
Oh my gosh, they don't want you eating that. They do not want you eating that.
That's insane.
They do not want you eating that.
185% more expensive.
Compares rice, which is 2/3 less expensive in Britain. Oats are also 2/3 less expensive. The baked beans, and for this item, I compared the most similar product, the smaller beans and tomato sauce, 55% cheaper. But Dijon mustard, that'll cost you 15% more in the UK. And yellow mustard, oh my word, 185% more expensive in Britain. So the moral of the story is, if you are American, when you go to visit Britain, eat some baked beans. They are good for your heart. And if you are British and you go to the States on holiday, be sure to enjoy some mustard, because it's cheap as chips. And while we're here, if you need a paving stone for your front garden that says gnomes always welcome,
That's
heavy.
adorable.
You can
actually.
pick that up
Super
for
cute.
a mere $7. And now for the grand finale. When I took the pounds per kilo equivalent price for every item in the list and totaled it all up, here's what I got so that we can compare apples to apples. The American shopping cart cost 120 pounds sterling, and the British shopping trolley only 94 pounds, which means shopping at Aldi or Aldi is 21% less expensive in Britain than it is in the US. Thanks for watching this comparison video. I have several other comparison videos of shopping and food prices right here. I hope you check out one of those. Thanks for watching, thanks for commenting, and thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate your support. And do something good in the world today.
Hey.
Oh, what a great way to end.
I like her a lot.
Yeah, I do. I love her enthusiasm too.
Yeah, her video's at the top of our playlist for a little bit, and our daughter Allie keeps seeing it, and she's in the thumbnail big, and she's smiling. She's like, "Mama, Mama." So, anyways, very
so
well done
innocent.
video.
It was
very well done. I liked how she broke it all down.
Yeah, very thorough. It gets me excited. Like, I really do. I do want to go to Aldi though. I really want to go shopping at Aldi.
Yeah, we should. It should be our next grocery shopping trip.
Yeah, just go see how it compares. But Yeah, that was very interesting just to see how different it is in the UK versus here, price wise on what you get. And it makes me super jealous about I want to live in the UK.
Man, that last one with the rice and the oats and then the lentils, like, oh, man, why are those things so much more expensive?
Yeah, there's so many things that there's so many questions I have about all that stuff. Like the fact that, dang it, what was the one that I was really stuck on? I was like, are you kidding me that it's that much more here? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, the differences. That's insane.
I don't remember which one exactly it was.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of different ones that were more expensive.
Yeah, it was a long video that went through a lot of different items. And the thing that stuck out to you the most was the shape of the milk jugs.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just genius, okay? You gotta think about that kind of stuff.
Oh, man.
This one didn't get me. That one was pretty even. 20%. Everything stayed within 20 to 13% or whatever. But yeah, this is when it started getting crazy.
Yeah,
with the meat.
The meats was very bad. The honey. The honey.
Sugar,
oh, my
flour.
gosh. The bread. Why is our bread so much worse whenever it's worse? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Double worse.
Yep.
Anyways, wow, the Natasha and Debbie show commented, hey, they're friends of ours. We've talked to them before.
I love that.
Okay, so that makes us friends.
I do like the fact that she got to go to both stores and get the experience in person for both stores. I do like that. That's very cool to me.
Yep, very well done video. It would have been a lot of fun to do this video. That's really cool that she was able to go to both places and get the prices and everything like that. Very well done. Look forward to more. And yeah, thanks for watching with us. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, friends.
Peace.
I'm not scared of your love, so show me